Mayfield over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted, and it's intercepted.
Oh, hell no, man.
Has Baker been overrated?
Hell yes, without question.
He was a walk-on in college, but became a Heisman winner and #1 overall pick. But then it all crashed. By 2022, Baker Mayfield was a meme, cooked, forgotten, dunzo. But somehow, after 7 head coaches and almost washing out of the league, Baker just authored one of the wildest revivals in NFL history. A playoff run in Tampa, 41 touchdowns in 2024, and now he's walking into 2025 as a locked-in QB1. How does a quarterback go from discarded to undeniable? This is the bizarre, brutal, impossible journey of Baker Mayfield, the most unlikely comeback in modern football.
Come on, there we go, boy, come on! I woke up feeling dangerous.
Before he was the #1 overall pick, and before the memes and the redemption arcs, Baker Mayfield was a football rebel. A 2-time walk-on, first at Texas Tech and then at Oklahoma. Nobody handed him a scholarship or a starting job, and yet by 2017, he was hoisting the Heisman Trophy.
This year's Heisman Trophy winner is Baker Mayfield of the University of Oklahoma.
In Norman, Baker rewrote the Big 12 record books. Over 12,000 passing yards in 3 seasons, 137 total touchdowns, and one unforgettable night in Columbus when he nearly started a riot by planting the Oklahoma flag at midfield after upsetting Ohio State.
No, he's not. No, he's not going to plant it in midfield of the O, is he? Wow.
Fast forward to the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns were coming off a winless 0-16 season, and they needed a spark, a leader, and a quarterback with an edge.
With the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield.
And right away, he delivered. In Week 3 of the 2018 season, Cleveland quarterback Tyrod Taylor went down against the Jets. The stadium was electric when Baker stepped in and led a dramatic comeback to snap the Browns' 19-game winless streak. And by season's end, he had thrown 27 touchdown passes, momentarily living up to the hype and breaking the NFL rookie record at the time. The Browns went from 0-16 to 7-8-1, and for the first time in years, the national narrative had flipped. This is the guy. The Browns have finally found their quarterback. He had swagger, production, belief. Baker Mayfield had arrived, and then it all started to fall apart. After his record-breaking rookie season, it looked like Baker Mayfield had turned Cleveland's nightmare into a comeback story. But then 2019 happened. After firing Hugh Jackson, the Browns elevated interim offensive coordinator Freddie Kitchens to head coach, a move based more on chemistry than credentials. And the result was pure chaos. Cleveland stumbled to a 6-10 record. Baker threw 22 interceptions, the third most in the league, and his mechanics regressed, his confidence wavered, and the offensive line just couldn't protect him. The same swagger that made him fun in 2018 started rubbing fans and media the wrong way.
I love me some Baker Mayfield. I love his bravado. I love his swagger. I love what he represents. But I'm tired of it a little bit, man.
In 2020, the Browns made another change, firing Kitchens and hiring Minnesota offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski. And for one season, Baker bounced back.
1, 2, 3.
He threw 26 touchdowns, posted a 95.9 passer rating, and helped Cleveland win their first playoff game since 1994, beating the Steelers in Pittsburgh. It felt like the redemption arc was back on track, baby. But then in Week 2 against the Houston Texans, Baker suffered a torn labrum in his non-throwing shoulder after trying to make a tackle. Instead of sitting out, he played through it, and it was a mistake. The result was a steep decline that saw Baker's PFF grade plummet from 81.6 the year before down to 63.6. Mayfield finished with just 17 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, and Cleveland missed the playoffs. Off the field, the public narrative had nosedived. While Patrick Mahomes was shunning the spotlight and winning championships out in Kansas City, Baker's face was plastered everywhere as the losses piled up. Social media turned him into a punchline. The Progressive insurance commercials kept airing while his on-field production kept dropping. By the 2022 offseason, the Browns had seen enough. They traded him to the lowly Carolina Panthers for a conditional 5th-round pick. From a #1 overall savior to a backup plan on a rebuilding team, From first overall to NFL punchline, Baker's fall was complete, and no one in the country felt sorry for him. Now, if 2021 was bad, 2022 became something else entirely. Baker Mayfield arrived in Carolina with one last shot to prove he could still start in the NFL. The Panthers gave him the job, but the results were ugly, and that's being kind. In 7 games with Carolina, Baker put up just 6 touchdowns while throwing 6 interceptions with a completion rate below 58%. By week 5, he was benched, and by week 12, he was 3rd string. Then, on December 5th of 2022, the Panthers waived Mayfield outright. For most quarterbacks, that would have been the end of the road, but Baker's story was never that simple. 2 days later, on December 7th, he was claimed off waivers by the Los Angeles Rams. He flew across the country, got handed a playbook on the plane, and with just 48 hours of prep, he was under center for Thursday Night Football against the Raiders. And what happened next felt like something out of a Hollywood script. Down 16-3 with under 4 minutes left, Baker led a 98-yard game-winning touchdown drive, capping it with a perfect back shoulder throw to Van Jefferson with just 10 seconds left.
2nd and 10, Mayfield to the end zone to Jefferson. Is that possible?
The Rams won 17-16. NFL.com called it something out of a movie, and Sean McVay said it was one of the most impressive things he had seen from any quarterback. Baker's moment was back. The memes paused, and for the first time in over a year, people weren't laughing at Baker Mayfield, they were cheering. But make no mistake, that game didn't fix his career. It didn't lock him in as starter either. But it did one thing, it reminded everyone exactly who Baker Mayfield was. By 2023, Mayfield was running out of chances. After bouncing from Cleveland to Carolina to a short-term stint in LA, his NFL future was hanging by a thread. So when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers called, he answered. The Bucs were coming off the Tom Brady era, and expectations couldn't have been lower. Analysts projected Tampa to finish last in the NFC South. Most people thought Baker wouldn't even hold the starting job past September.
Can you imagine? I'm going from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield.
It didn't work out in Cleveland. Certainly didn't work out in Carolina. I hope it works out somewhere. I can't imagine that it's going to work out with the Bucs.
But from week 1 on, Baker set the tone. He played with that same edge that defined his college years, scrambling for first downs, talking trash to defenders.
Wait up, no more!
Okay, Baker.
That's the Baker Mayfield we know.
Wait up! And most importantly, protecting the football. By the end of 2023, the stat line told the story. 4,044 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, and only 10 interceptions. Fantasy managers noticed too, as Baker cracked the top 12 in total fantasy scoring. And when the playoffs arrived, he delivered. In the wildcard round against the defending NFC champion Eagles, Baker threw for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns, leading Tampa to a 32-9 upset win. He had become a team captain by midseason, and after that playoff victory, the locker room said it loud and clear. This is his team now. But here's the thing, that wasn't even the peak. In 2024, Baker followed it up with the best season of his career. 4,500 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, another playoff berth, and an 11th place finish in MVP voting. For the first time since Cleveland, Baker wasn't just starting games, he was winning them. So is Baker Mayfield the NFL's ultimate underdog, or just football's best long-running plot twist? Walk-on, Heisman winner, first overall pick, NFL castoff, backup, starter, and now a playoff winner again. By the time Baker Mayfield enters the 2025 season, he'll be 30 years old. But look at the trail behind him. 4 different NFL teams, 7 head coaches, enough critics and doubters to start a country, and more internet memes than actual playoff appearances until now. Statistically, he's thrown for nearly 25,000 career yards, 171 touchdowns, and turned 2 different losing franchises into playoff teams. Narratively, it's been one of the weirdest arcs for any quarterback drafted number 1 overall, from planting flags to starring in commercials to getting traded for a conditional day 3 pick to leading postseason wins for 2 different teams. And let's not forget the injuries, public criticism, the quarterback battles, and the late night sports radio debates that kept asking, is Baker even a starter anymore? And yet every time the league seems to write him off, Baker finds a way back. Not as an MVP candidate, not as an elite top 5 guy, but as something even harder to define. A quarterback who simply refuses to disappear. His career arc doesn't look like Trevor Lawrence's or Joe Burrow's, throws, or any typical first overall blueprint. It's been messy, unpredictable, and pure chaos, and honestly, while it's provided more Hollywood drama than Baker probably would have liked, it was never more than this walk-on scrapper could handle.
If you're gonna like me, you like me. If you don't, that's okay.
And that's saying something, because he was never the most talented, or even the most consistent, or even the safest bet. But somehow Baker Mayfield keeps making the NFL believe one more time. Maybe Baker Mayfield will never be a top 5 quarterback. Maybe the turnovers, the inconsistency, and the roller coaster play will always follow him. But here's what you can't say, that when the lights are on and the odds are stacked and everybody thinks he's done, Baker shows up. Somehow, some way, he keeps getting back off the mat. So here's the question. Is Baker Mayfield orchestrating one of the best comeback stories of the past decade, or is this just a fluke run waiting to collapse? Now, if you love NFL redemption arcs, draft bust breakdowns, and stories of football legends who refuse to quit, let us know about it in the comments section below. You're watching Snap Count, NFL stories that go deeper. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.